فرحان كالظبيل للهلولة حط سلاح حطوم حيلة نضربوا شوفار الليلة.
Shalom Aleichem. I would like to wish to all of you happy week, Be'ezat Hashem, and I pray to Hashem to give to all of you Baracha v'Atzlacha Be'ezat Hashem. Well, and I was wondering in the Parsha of Shemot, this beautiful Parsha now that we start, the Torah talk about, this is the names of the Bnei Israel. And then the Torah talk about Yosef that he passed away. And then the Torah talk about the Jews being in Egypt and the Pharaoh that he became very bad with the Jews and made out of them slaves and he made them suffer, and the Jews suffer a lot. And then, unfortunately, they were slaves. And then Hashem appeared to Moshe Rabbeinu and he told him, the time has come for me to deliver the Jews, so you will be the man that I choose. After a long conversation with Moshe and Hashem, and at the end, Moshe accepted to be the one, to be the Shaliach, to be the one that he will go to deliver the Jews and to go to Pharaoh to give him the message. And the story started that when Moshe Rabbeinu appeared to Pharaoh and he told him what Hashem wanted from him, and the Pharaoh said, Hashem, God, who's God? I never heard of him. I don't know him. Then Hashem, he started to prove to Pharaoh that he is God. And then, as you know, slowly, he received the 10 plagues, and at the end, he delivered the Jews. As you should know, that among the whole Jews, that they were in Egypt, and they were slaves, there was only the tribe of Levi that they were not slaves. They were in Eretz Goshen, and there they studied Torah. It's incredible. Pharaoh, he did not touch them. That was a terrible miracle. That the Shevet, the tribe of Levi, they were not slaves in Egypt. Why? Because Hashem said, this tribe is going to be the one who will serve me in the Beit HaMikdash, so he cannot serve another one. I'm Hashem, they are my Shevet, they are my people, and I will protect them. And Hashem, he made a big miracle that Pharaoh did not touch them. It's a miracle. It's like all those kind of miracles that you see in life, like the sun that you see in the sky, like the moon. Well, this is the same with Shevet Levi. That's it. My friend, what I did not understand, why Hashem, he did not do the same with the whole tribe, all the Jews that they were in Egypt. Why Hashem he did not do that? Pharaoh, he will not touch them. The same way that Pharaoh, he did not touch the Shevet Levi, the tribe of Levi, he did not make them to be a slave. Why Hashem did not do the same with Shevet Reuven, Shimon, Yehuda, Issachar, Zvulon, Binyamin, Yosef. Why? I mean, all the Jews at that time, they were in Eretz Goshen. So why in Eretz Goshen, all the Jews, they were there? So the question is, why Hashem made the difference between Shevet Levi and the other Jews? I mean, Hashem is going to give the Torah to everyone else. And one thing I have to tell you, something incredible. You know that every Jew, he is a Beit HaMikdash? You know that? The Torah said, build me a tabernacle, a Mishkan, and I will resign on you, not on the Beit HaMikdash, on you. That means that every Jew who respects Torah and mitzvot, he is like a Beit HaMikdash. So, I am a Beit HaMikdash, you are a Beit HaMikdash, he is a Beit HaMikdash, and Hashem, and Baruch Hashem, I do sacrifice, I serve Hashem, I wake up, I pray, I eat kosher, I do Torah mitzvot, so I sacrifice my life for Hashem. I see people doing bad things, I don't do it. I behave well, like Hashem wants a Jew how to be. So why this difference between me and Shevet Levi? Why? Why Hashem made this difference? You know, the Rambam said, the same way that the Shevet Levi are close to Hashem because they work in the Beit HaMikdash, every Jew who studies Torah, he become like Shevet Levi. So why in Egypt, Hashem made that the Shevet Levi, they were protected, and not the Jews. And the Jews were slaves. Why? This is, my friend, the question. And besides this, every Jew is a Beit HaMikdash. The same way that Shevet Levi is going to work in the Beit HaMikdash, every Jew is a Beit HaMikdash, and he works on his own Beit HaMikdash. So, why this difference? My friend, the difference is, it's not up to Hashem. It's up to you. If you want to be Shevet Levi, so sit and study the Torah. The Jews in Egypt, the Torah said, and the Midrash said that when Yaakov Abinu passed away, the Jews, they started to leave Eretz Goshen. They didn't want to stay there because the Eretz Goshen, the land of Goshen, it was very tight. It was too much religious for them. Too many people, too much yeshivot, too much Torah. They wanted to breathe. And they started to go to the circus, to the theater, to the cinema. They started to go to the beach. And they started to travel to see the pyramid, tourists. And slowly, they left Torah and mitzvot. Shevet Levi remained in Eretz Goshen. And that was the reason. That was the reason why the Jews, Hashem, he told them, well, there is two ways, or to be my slaves, or to be the slaves of Pharaoh. So you choose not to be my slaves. You don't want to study Torah? Okay. So now you be the slaves of Pharaoh. And that was the beginning of this matter. Now you understand why Shevet Levi was in Egypt and Pharaoh did not make out of them slaves, because they decided to be the slaves of Hashem. Shevet Levi, the slaves of Hashem. And because they decided to be the slaves of Hashem, so they did not. Pharaoh did not touch them. It was a miracle. I would like to tell you this. There is such stories that I heard in Mexico. In one place in Mexico, about 30 years ago, it was a big earthquake, and the downtown, there was a lot of big buildings, they been demolished, there were a few thousand people who passed away. But there was a building that there happened something incredible. All the building around collapsed, but not that building. And even the newspapers, everybody, they talk about that miracle. What happened? So no one understands. But something happened there. There was a factory, and there was in a store that always they pray mincha and arvit, and once a day they study Torah. So that place was protected. And even they did not demolish it because they found out that it was very, very strong building. So they left it like a souvenir. Now the city, they left it as a souvenir because for them, it was the hand of God. They could, even a small crash, a small thing in the building, nothing. No. And all the building around, that they were stronger than this building collapsed. And even the newspaper, they said there, where in that place they prayed, Jewish people prayed, and they studied Torah. So you see, when you study Torah, when you keep Torah mitzvot, you are not the slave of no one. Because by keeping Torah mitzvot, you become the slave of Hashem. You have a boss. The boss. I'm not talking about the boss, but the boss, Hashem. And the second story, that it was incredible. When you believe in Hashem and you design Hashem as your boss, as God, as Hashem, so He answers you, He protects you. A few months ago, I wanted to light a candle for my mother-in-law. It was the day of her yahrzeit. But I did not have any matches. I looked all over the house. Not find. It was a Friday. I said, Hashem, it's impossible. In a big house like this one, there is no light, there is no match, there is nothing. I did not know what to do. And I wanted to light a candle for her. So for 1 hour, I was looking at the end. I said, well, there is none. I started to study Torah, and then I remembered that I have to light the candle. So I stand up. I said, Hashem, please, I'm going to go to the kitchen, and I'm going to open the place where my wife, she keep everything, and Hashem, help me open my eyes to find there something. And then I went again. For the 10 times I opened that door. And I started to look. And then I started to push. I pushed already. But now I was stronger with a big emunah that I'm going to find. It's like Hanukkah, when the Jews, with the Hashmonaim, went to the Beit HaMikdash. They were looking for oil to light the Hanukkah, knowing there is no oil. But they were looking. They were looking for something that they will not find. At the end they find. So I did the same. I was looking for something that I know that I will not find. And I pushed a bottle and I find a box of matches. I'm sure it was there. But Hashem opened my eyes. Sometimes Hashem, He gives you some demonstration. Hey, you think you see? You don't see. You will see only if I want you to see. And if I want you not to see, so you will not see. So now, this is a big experience that Hashem is God. Hashem is the boss. And this is the Parsha of the week. The Parsha of the week. This is the names of the Jews that they came to Egypt. They were one family. They become thousands. They become millions. But only some of them were slaves and some of them were not slaves. What the difference? The difference is they made the difference. Some of them, they decided to be the slaves of Hashem, and some of them, they wanted to be the slaves of themselves, the slaves of the world, the slaves of everything. So Hashem said, well, you want to be the slave of everything, so I give you to the hands of Pharaoh. But I'm sure, if all the Jews will do like Shevet Levi, they'll be the slaves of Hashem, all of them. Maybe they will suffer some because they are not in Eretz Israel, they are in Egypt. Maybe they will suffer a little bit, not the same way they suffered some. Because when a man studies Torah and keeps mitzvot, don't think it's a suffering. He suffer. No. I keep Torah mitzvot, Baruch Hashem. I'm happy. Why? Because I prefer to be the slave of Hashem by keeping Torah and mitzvot than being the slave of the Sahara, doing whatever I want to do, and with no joy. You know, I am David Pinto. I saw people very rich, not happy. And I saw Jewish people very rich and happy. What difference? When you keep Torah and mitzvot and you're rich, you know that the money, you will not take it with you nowhere. You have it today, tomorrow you can lose it. I know billionaires that they lost everything. I know poor people, they become millionaires. I know. So, what left? Torah mitzvot. Torah mitzvot, when you know that they've been given by the boss, Hashem, the one who created the world. So you feel happiness. You feel a contact. You feel approached to the God, to the king, to the boss. Everyone wants to be approached to Hashem. Everyone wants to be approached to a king here. Everyone wants to be approached to a billionaire. Everyone wants to be approached to a president. Why not be approached to Hashem, the King of the Kings? Well, this is a problem. You know, my mother, she's very, very weak. She's very, very ill. Last week, the doctors, they give up. They told us she's going to pass away in a minute. It was for a few times. They repeat, even that you see some improvement, not for a long time. You will see. But one of my brothers said to the doctor, well, you are the doctor. You see what you see. But we believe in Hashem. We have a boss. Who knows? Maybe you will pass away before her. An accident. So we told him, you're not allowed to tell it's finished. You can say she's in the hand of Hashem, but don't be aggressive, telling, well, prepare a funeral, prepare where she's going to be buried. That's not good. And that's what we hear today. You know, my friend, this week, a woman came to tell me that the doctor, a woman that she's very, very ill, and the doctor told her, Madam, you want to give a nice gift to your family? She thought this is going to tell her, well, give them the news that I am well. That's what she was thinking. And then the doctor said, well, tell them that to be ready for the funeral. That's the gift to give to the family? That's what you call a gift? Well, people that don't believe that there is a boss, unfortunately, they can prepare their funeral as a gift to the family. But those who believe in Hashem, they must believe Be'ezat Hashem. Kadosh Baruch Hu is the one who decides who live, who not live. And thanks God, today my mother, she's out of danger. And those doctors, they don't believe. They told us this week, we do not believe what we see. So we told them, well, because we believe in the boss. I would like to wish you to all of you happiness, bracha v'atzlacha. God bless you. Have a nice Shabbos.